Good morning. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Here are the news. Air strike kills at least 26 in Ethiopian region. Plans for city center plus put forwards. A suspected airstrike in Ethiopia's Amara region has killed at least 26 people, a hospital official said. The strike in Finota Salam on Sunday was among the most deadly in the region, where the army has been fighting Fano paramilitary force. The Ethiopian Human Rights Commission has expressed grave concern over the deadly hostiles. Abiy Ahmed's government imposed 6 months state of emergency across Amara for August. The fighting has been fueled by Fano accusing that the federal government is trying to weaken Amaran defense. It is Ethiopian war's cry since a civil war in the northern Tigray region. Indeed, in November, Fano backed federal force during the Tigray war. Fano has refused to disarm, prompting the federal government to deploy the army. The hospital official told the AFP news agency that all the victims who arrived on Sunday were wearing either casual civilian clothing or Sunday traditional clothes. The casuals range from a 13-year-old child to the elderly has said, "I didn't get the chance to see what caused the explosion, but residents said it was drone strike." A university teacher who was visiting a relative in the hospital told Reuters he had seen 14 bodies and been told by medical workers that another 12 had died. 55 more are being treated for injuries situation in the explosion, a hospital official said. The Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, AHRC, called on conflicting parties to immediately end all alleged violation of human rights laws. The violence has led to disruptive actions such as the Israel government evacuating its citizens and Jewish people from the area last week. Amara is home to thousands of members of the Jewish community. The HRC side has documented the killing of protestants, the looting of weapons and ammunition from police stations and prisons, and targeting of Amara regional administration officials. Israel Defense Minister Yoav Gallant says their military has encircled the last Hamas strongholds in Jabalia and Shajia in northern Gaza. He says hundreds of Hamas operatives in Gaza have surrendered or been arrested in recent days, and the group is on the verge of being dismantled in the north. The Kerem Shalom crossing between Israel and Gaza will open for air inspection on Tuesday. Israel says to double the volume of oil entering Gaza. On Monday, intense airstrikes were seen in northern Gaza as Palestine rockets targeting southern and central Israel. Israel has urged Gazans to flee from some part of the southern city of Khan Yunis towards Rafah as Israel tanks move towards the city center. Hamas broke through Israel's heavily guarded parliament on 7 October, killing 1,200 people and taking 240 hostages, some of whom were released during a brief truce. Israel has launched strikes and ground offensive in the territory. The Hamas-run health minister in Gaza says Israel has killed about 18,200 people. Rina Goni, 3 Japanese ex-soldiers found guilty of sexual assault. Fossil fuel. Japan court found 3 ex-soldiers guilty of sexual assaulting a female college. The landmark verdict came after Rina Goni caused public autocracy and drew international attention when she put her story on YouTube in 2022. Fukushima prosecutors then brought charges against the 3 men in March, revising their earlier decision. The women received suspect sentence of 2 years at Fukushima called on Tuesday. Israel-Hamas war. According to Wikipedia, the article is about the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas for the October 7 Palestine attack. 2023 Hamas led attack on Israel for the October 27 Israel invasion. An armed conflict between Israel and Hamas led Palestine militant group has been taking place chiefly and around the Gaza Strip since 7 October 2023, with clash also taking place in the West Bank and Israel-Lebanon border on that day. Hamas-led Palestine militant launched a multi-pronged invasion of southern Israel from the Gaza Strip. The surprise attack comprised a breach of rockets, while around 3,000 militants breached the Gaza-Israel barrier and attacked Israel military bases and civilian population centers. At least 846 Israeli civilians and 416 soldiers and police were killed during the attacks, while an estimated 240 Israeli and foreign nationals were taken as hostages from the Gaza Strip. Israeli women and girls were reportedly raped, assaulted, and mutilated by Hamas militants. Hamas stated that its attack was in response to the block of the Gaza Strip, the expansion of illegal Israeli settlements, rising Israeli settler violence, and recent escalations. After killing human militants, the Israeli militants responded by conducting an extensive aerial bombardment campaign in which 6,000 bombs were dropped on Gazan targets, causing, compared to any other conflict since 2017, unprecedented and unparalleled civilian deaths toll over 6 days, and by imposing total block on the Gaza Strip, Israel then launched a large-scale ground invasion of Gaza with the stated goal of hostage taken by Hamas and eliminating human military capabilities. Only one of the hostages was reached by Israel. The only other 3 hostages were released by Hamas, indicating that the group remains in control of its fighters. Human invasion marked the start of the most significant military escalation in the region since the Yom Kippur War in 1973. As of December 2020, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, more than 18,000 Palestinians, including over 7,000 children, have been killed, making this the deadliest war for children in modern times. Israel has rejected calls for permanent ceasefire, with civilian deaths have led both Israel and Hamas being accused of war crimes. Israel ordered Gaza to evacuate from northern to southern Gaza, that also bombed locations told Palestine to evacuate. It was widely reported there was no safe place in the Gaza. The United Nations reports that around 1.9 million Palestinians, more than 85% of Gaza's population, and around 500,000 Israel have been internally displaced. The war has led to a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The health system is in a state of partial collapse, most hospitals out of service, and there are acute shortage of drinking water, food, fuel, and medical supplies such as anesthetics for C-sections and dietitians. The UN has warned of the immediate possibility of starvation and spread of disease in the region due to the cut of water, fuel, food, and electricity by Israel. The war has sparked widespread global protests focused on the implementation of ceasefire. The United States has voted United Nations Security Council resolution calling for an immediate and indefinite ceasefire, saying that such ceasefire would unduly benefit Hamas and lead to further conflict. The US has also sided with Israel in rejecting non-binding advisory resolution passed overwhelmingly in the United Nations Council General Assembly. On 15 November, the United Security Council approved a resolution calling for a regional and extended humanitarian pause and commanders throughout the Gaza Strip. Israel agreed to a temporary truce following deal in which Hamas agreed to release 50 hostages in exchange for 150 Palestinian prisoners. On 1 December, combat resumed following the expansion of the truce. Background: the Gaza Strip and Israel have been in conflict since the Israel withdrawal from Gaza in 2005, which had occupied since 1967. The United Nations and several human rights organizations continue to classify Gaza as held under Israel occupation due to its effective militant control over the territory. Hamas, an Islamic militant group, won the 2006 Palestine legislative election and a subsequent battle in the Gaza Strip between it and Fatah, which led to taking over governance in the Strip and further escalating tension with Israel. Israel, along with Egypt, imposed blockade that significantly damaged Gaza's economy, citing security concerns as the justification. International rights groups have characterized the blockade as a form of collective punishment, while Israel defended it as necessary to prevent weapons and dual-use goods from entering the territory. Since the blockade, Israel and Palestine militants have had several clashes and made attacks on each other. The Palestine Authority has not held national elections since 2006. Hamas tunneled under the border wall to launch cross-border attacks and fire rockets into Israel territory. They led to multiple conflicts escalating into outright wars. Israel relied on the Iron Dome rocket defense system for defense and responded with target strikes into Gaza, aimed to minimize the militant threat. Surveys in 2023 of Palestine in Gaza and the West Bank before the war indicate that the majority respond to the use of armed struggle, the creation of militant group and an intifada uprising against the Israel occupation. Hamas is designed as terrorist entered by great powers like the United States, the United Kingdom, the European Union, China, and Russia. The other countries like Turkey organization in 2018 attempt to condemn Hamas for acts of terror as the United Nations failed to achieve the required two-thirds majority with 87 voting for 58 votes against 32 abstention and 69 votes. In February-March 2021, Fatah and Hamas reached agreement to join conduct election for a new Palestine Legislative Assembly. In accordance with the Oslo Accords, Hamas committed to upholding international law, transferring control of Gaza to the Palestine Authority, and to allowing it to negotiation with Israel to establish a Palestine state along the 1967 ceasefire lines with East Jerusalem as its capital. According to Manche, Israel Arabs and political scientist Bar Ela University, Mohammed Abbas subsequently cancelled the election under pressure from Israel and the United States. Soon after, the 2021 Israel-Palestine crisis exploded and the Al-Qasha brigades started planning the operation which would break out on 7 October 2023. Hamas motivation. Further information 1988 Hamas Charter 2027 Hamas Charter and Governor of the Gaza Strip human officials said their attack was response to the Israel occupation, blockade of the Gaza Strip, Israel's settled violence against Palestine, restriction on the movement of Palestine and imprisonment of thousands of Palestinians. Mohammed Dev, the head of Human Military Wing, the Qassim Brigade, said in a recorded message on the first day of the 2020 Israel-Hamas war that it was response to what he called the disruption of the Al-Qasha and Israel killing and wounding hundreds of Palestinians in 2023. He called on Palestinians and Arab Israelis to expel the occupation and demolish the walls. He continued, in light of the conducting crimes against our people, in light of the orgy of occupation and denial of international laws and resolution, and in light of America and Western support, we have decided to put an end to all this, so that the enemy understands that he can no longer review without being held to account. Following the attacks, American counterterrorism analyst Bruce Homerfan pointed to the 1988 Hamas Charter, commenting that Hamas had always had genocidal international